Met with coach before the game, told me he was going to sit me. I told him, hell nah.
Ball looking, ball driving, falling away. It's good.
He looks like the old Chris Paul.
Davis, he's grabbing his right leg.
One of the best players in the world, and you have to adjust. Your shoulders were built for a reason. It takes for me to put some more on top of it, and so be it.
To have them out there sort of guarding you, knowing you somewhat less than, it was good. It's a good feeling to just be out there and compete.
Trouble could be a brewing. The Suns even up the series with the Lakers yesterday. LeBron James, you've heard a ton. Perfect 14-0 in the first round in his playoff career. But he may have to win this series without his running mate, Anthony Davis, who did not return after halftime of Game 4 with a strained groin and underwent an MRI. Lakers have listed Davis as questionable for Game 5 tomorrow in Phoenix, but Woj's reporting there is not a lot of optimism inside that organization that he will be able to play. So here we are, wondering what's going to happen in this series now. Brian Windhorst is joining us now. Windy, why is this situation with AD amounting to more than just the groin injury itself?
Yeah, don't forget, Elle, that he was dealing with a sprained left knee coming into Game 4, which is one of the reasons why maybe his groin was a little bit weakened when that play happened. So he's rehabbing the groin and the knee. And this is going to just be such a challenge for the Lakers. They've also tried to get Kentavious Caldwell-Pope back from his own knee injury. In this series, the Lakers have been outscored by 33 points when LeBron James has not been on the court. And now they're not going to have Anthony Davis as that counterbalance. One of the huge things is they're just going to have to start hitting some outside shots. They are shooting 34% in this series on jumpers that are considered three-pointers that are considered open, 4 to 6 feet of space. That's just not getting it done, especially without Anthony Davis. During the regular season, they shot 40% on those. They're going to have to start hitting those shots. They need offense. They're good enough defensively, but you got to watch with Frank Vogel. He's already playing fewer players. His circle of trust is getting smaller. He may have to expand it in Game 5 through 6.
It would be the definition of irony, right? For a guy like Chris Paul, who injuries have continued to wreck his playoff opportunities, for an injury potentially to help him move on in the playoffs would just be bananas to me. Let's talk about the other LA team, and that, of course, is the Clippers. They've evened up their series with the Mavs. Luka Doncic is dealing with a neck strain. Here's what you had to say last week on ESPN Radio when LA went down to 0-2.
I've never seen a more gutless approach to the playoffs. I can't believe how little they're getting out of what should be an incredibly special team. Ty Lue has rings as a coach and as a player. Kawhi Leonard has 2 finals MVPs. Paul George has hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm telling you, this 2-year span, if they get knocked out here, will put a stain on them that they will never wash off.
Would you like to respond to Brian Windhorst's statement from last week?
You know, Elle, they're playing a team in Dallas that was undefeated this season when they're leading at the end of the first quarter. They were down 0-2. They go into Dallas and fall down by 19 points in Game 3 in the first quarter. This team is crazy to me. They're like a child who's now brought back an A on their report card, but has been doing C+ work. Now they've shown that they can play as an A, but you still don't trust them because they played the C+ work so often. So what they have done is they have changed their defense. They have gone with a smaller starting lineup, putting Reggie Jackson and Nicholas Batum into that lineup so that they can do more switching. They've simplified it. And after the Mavericks shot 50% on threes the first 3 games, they only were 5 of 30 in Game 4. That's the type of play, in addition to all the baskets that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George makes, that's the type of intensity that they have to play with. And now that we've seen how they can do this and win in Dallas, we now expect it. So do it, especially with an injured Luka Doncic.
So the Clippers basically are a team that, devoid of having their backs against the wall, don't do what they're supposed to do and need to be threatened in order to do the right thing.
I have no idea what this team's going to do.
That sounds like a senior in high school,
I have
Windy.
no idea what this team's going to do. I just know my expectations are here. That's where we start.
Listen, as they should be, right? Doc Rivers doesn't coach there anymore because the expectations were supposed to be that high for this team. Brian Windhorst with the latest there in the NBA.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.